So welcome to Egypt with me. This is the beautiful Mena House Marriott right near the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is right over there. And I'm happy to be here in Egypt, happy to be your tour guide. Hope I can show you some new and interesting things. So here we are in the Cairo Antiquities Museum. It's gorgeous, and there's so many artifacts. So if you like statues.
And the alabaster mines are close to Luxor. Turquoise mines are here in Sinai.
That's another thing that the Egyptians were very good at recording, the shift of ages. And they were saying, you know what, you Greeks are so young, you know nothing about the world. Wait till you live as long as we have. For example, we can remember a time when the sun set where it now rises, and it rises where it now sets. And we've experienced that 4 times. We've experienced a time when the earth revolved backwards. And there's also 4 times that the stars are set in completely different quarters of the sky. So if you just take that at face value, you start working the numbers, you come to a conclusion that it must have been around in 38,000 BC. That's a lot of memory. So around 12,600 BC, all of this was water. And they had slightly elongated skulls, and they were called the followers of Horus. Also called the Shining Ones. There's a double name, Shining Ones, followers of Horus. Or if you're very daring, Aku Shamsu Hor. It's a lovely name.
So here we are, the base of the Sphinx. Here's the Sphinx.
The pyramid isn't a pyramid, it's 5 pyramids. They keep enlarging and changing angles ever so slightly. So, I know these things aren't full of stone. I think they're mostly hollow. And in the 1920s, he went in there for a whole night, and he saw the same people. He describes them exactly the same way I saw them. And they took him walkabout inside the building. And there's a lot more rooms. And he said, and what happens in there? I said, oh, we can't let you go in there. We didn't manage to take all the stuff out. And humans are not yet sufficiently well mature to find out what's in here, and we hope they don't find out, and we're making sure they don't find out.
Here's everybody. Freddie is mingling with everyone. He's superb. Now we're gonna go on a camel ride. Yep, yippee.
I wonder what the poor are doing today. Having fun yet?
If you're on the back of a camel and you know it, say Allah. If you're on the back of a camel and you know it, say Allah. Allah.
I said, oh, well, fantastic, great. And yeah, you get credit for it.
Everybody enjoyed a wonderful lunch after the camel ride. Wish you were here. Join Sacred Earth Journeys. You won't regret it. Who else gets to eat at the foot of the pyramids? We do.
I used to play the guitar in the South.
There's our
Oh, you should really go.
Everybody's happy. Full tummies. And here we are at the base of the pyramids. And over here, this lady is making our Egyptian bread. In there. It's wonderful. And it's all thanks to this man. That's the famous Freddie Silva. There's the Giza Plateau. We're here at the Step Pyramid. So Freddie's describing everything to everybody and teaching. Here he tells us things about everywhere we go. So here we are at Sicara. This is the Step Pyramid. Check it out. It's really well preserved. Some of the little corners have crumbled. And check this out. This was another temple mound sort of thing. And then over here, they forgot how to build a pyramid. Here's my group down there. Freddie's doing a great job. Sacred Earth Journeys, come join us in Egypt. You'll never forget it.
Those were the priestesses of the temple who had the highest clearance. They carried the divine bloodline. We're now talking a 12,000-year-old story here that goes back to the shining ones, the lords of Anu, the Anunnaki. That's where it all comes back to. And that's my theory, that the entrances that we're going into, they're not entrances, they're service entrances, okay? I think the real entrances are coming from underneath, from the womb, just like in Yucatan. To get into the pyramids of Yucatan, you go through the sacred cave, and then you go up through shafts, and the pyramids are actually hollow. And I don't think we found half of the entrances to the pyramids at all. So that's as far as we know. But the funny thing is the archaeologists are very shy about talking about all this stuff. Vivian, what do you think? Why were they living so deep underground?
There are different theories about this shaft. Okay, the first one is saying that it's a development for the tomb construction. Notice, we have a sacred site. We have people who wanted to reach an aim sometime in the other dimension. So whoever wanted to reach that aim was rich enough to buy a piece of land here and build on top of it his mastaba. If I literally translate the word mastaba from English to Arabic, it means a couch. Okay? Why do they need couches here? It's because they always, in the prehistoric times when they buried people, okay, they used to put a big stone on top of the tomb. That big stone is an identification that underneath there is a tomb to be visited. Now, when we look at the pyramid, all right, it is consisting also of steps. We call it a 6 mastaba shaped pyramid. A deep shaft, they put the heavy sarcophaguses inside the deep shaft and fill it with fine sand. This is one theory. Another theory says, no, these shafts were made also for people to hide in case of catastrophe. Coming to this area is coming to the west. We don't have the term death in ancient Egyptian. We have the word going to the west. Okay, going to another dimension. So the whole area has got 5 pyramids. This was one of the main sacred sites of ancient Egypt. Why would the people want to be buried here? Because they want to reach the aim. What is the aim? Is to be a star, to become a star, okay, live as a being in that star.
So here we go into my first pyramid. This is all exciting. Yeah, they had electricity and batteries. Look at the ceiling. There's no smoke marks. Oops, here we go up again.
14 feet tall now. One of them washed up on the shores of a beach in New Zealand in the 50s. The muscle is still attached to the bone. red-haired, 14 feet tall, and the Maoris said, yeah, in the 19th century, they were living on that hill, because the name of the hill means the hill of the red-haired giants.
This is the Colonnade of Sicara's complex, and this is our tour guide Vivian, who has a PhD and is so educated she can answer any questions. So 42 pillars.
42 below, 21 in upper, 21 in low. The king, he come every day to enjoy, to pray here. In the day, he pray to the god of Ra. In the night, he pray to the moon.
It's a long way down there. Woo. It's on the other side of this big pyramid. Isn't that cool? So there's another little pyramid here. You see behind me here? It's not built as well. It all fell down. We're not going there. So here we are going through all the palm trees. Lots of palm trees. Cool. So now we're going to take a quick walk through here. It's amazing. These things are huge. And they say they were for bulls. No, bulls aren't that big. And there sure are a lot of them. And I guess they're shoring up the ceiling so it doesn't collapse. But they sure are big. Pretty cool. So this morning, we're at the Bent Pyramid. So we're gonna go inside here. Let's have an adventure. Let's go exploring. This is the Bent Pyramid. It's got more of its original coating on it. And I think we're going in through where the scaffolding is. Here with Sacred Earth Journeys, highly recommend it. Vivian is our guide here. And of course, Freddie Silva is leading the tour. And it's a very long way down there. Woo! And then it turns. That's pretty cool. So now we're at the other side of the Bent Pyramid, and then there's this other pyramid here that's not made half as well. It's pretty cool. I'm just loving this trip to Egypt. Wish you could be here with me. So, this is the Red Pyramid. There are so many pyramids here. There's approximately 130 here in Egypt. That's a lots of pyramids. And they say that if you took all the stones from the pyramids and made a road 10 feet high and 5 feet wide from New York to LA, you would still have stones left over. So So here we are inside the Red Pyramid, and this is the third chamber like this with the ceiling like this. I don't know why there's three. It's beautiful. And rough stones. Okay, so we get to go all the way back up here. Tell you what, it's all part of the Sacred Earth Journeys fitness program. Make sure you're in shape before you come.
Okay, who wants bread? That's it.
Good. Very good. This day we're at the Movenpick Hotel. It's a gorgeous spot right on the Nile. We're on an island. I wish you could be here to join us. It's beautiful. Here's the dock. We're gonna be leaving out of Aswan. So here's the sun deck of our boat. Here's the Nile. We got a pool. Gonna be going cruising. Yay. Thanks for joining me. Now we're going to the Temple of Isis.
So the gods, after the flood, came here. They were already had established their 9 original mounds, and they were about to, and I quote, rebuild the former world of the gods that they had lost.
Goodbye to the Temple of Isis. This is Edfu. As we go on a horse cart with our guide, Vivian. Hey!
So their deeds became to be supplanted on the pillars. They were basically writing pads for the accomplishments of the pharaoh. They would write.
Interesting.
No, it is. If you can leave the body at will, under your own guidance, you are in control of yourself, your spiritual development, your manifestation process, everything.
And the quality of gold is exceptional.
Is that where we get the rings that we're having made?
No, that is
Okay.
the Bedouin jeweler.
Okay.
This is a jeweler that sells gold and silver and stones and diamonds and.
We getting all warmed up? Yeah.
We brought my wife to party.
This is Karnak Temple.
The Nile once used to come all the way here. Again, you see how far it's gone, disappeared, and right behind you, exactly in alignment with this avenue, is the Valley of the Kings. So the sites are not disconnected.
Here's the tomb of Tutankhamun. The colors are beautiful. It's kind of a small tomb. It had 600 pounds of gold in it. There's Tutankhamun. Very few people get to come here, so I feel very privileged. Travel with Freddie to Egypt and you might get here too. So join us on Sacred Earth Journeys and come to this paradise. First class accommodations everywhere we go. We're spoiled.
So the whole point of the foundation of the temple is to do with understanding your relationship to the land, and the only way you do that is by understanding the land's relationship to the sky. So that's what we're going to look at in the first hall.
See, now you are an investigator.
Up and away in my beautiful balloon. Going into the Great Pyramid. So this is inside the Great Pyramid, down near the bottom. It's kind of like a cave.